There's a lot going on in the entertainment world today, and joining me now is ET's co-host Kevin Frazier. Kevin, lots to talk about. Fascinating things going on in Hollywood. Have to get to first one. A lot of people are saying it's kind of a sad story. Jennifer Aniston is once again splitting. Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, surprise breakup between Jennifer Aniston and her husband, Justin Theroux. Now, the interesting thing is he was on the East Coast while she was on the West Coast celebrating her birthday, and really that's when the story broke, that they were separate, and people were wondering what was going on, and then Justin was spotted in New York, and people then put two and two together, and they were finally forced to release a statement. And let me read a little bit of that statement that says, the decision was made mutually and lovingly, and that we are two best friends who have decided to part ways as a couple, but look forward to continuing our cherished friendship. Now, as I mentioned, Justin was not at Jen's 49th birthday this past weekend, and all of this breakup stuff has now sent the internet into cuckoo crazy mode because Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt are both single right now, and it seems like the world wishes that those two would just come back together and work things out. It would make everyone on social media happy if that relationship could lock back in. Yeah, well, Kevin, if you could make everyone happy on social media, you would have done something great, right? In the meantime, some good news, though. It takes a miracle. Yeah, it takes really. There is some good news. Comedian Amy Schumer tying the knot in a surprise, right? Yeah, well, here's another surprise that no one had any idea of. Amy tied the knot with her boyfriend of just a few months, and she had a star-studded wedding here in Los Angeles, and one of her best friends, Jennifer Lawrence, who was there, said that she cried her eyes out during, she bawled, as she put it, during the ceremony. And Amy, I love, put out an announcement that said this. She said, just two things: no, I'm not pregnant, and no gifts, but thank you. Jennifer Lawrence was there for the entire thing, and she said it was a beautiful, beautiful wedding. She put out a photograph of her kissing Amy on the cheek. You know, I don't think anybody expected Amy to get married this quickly, but I will tell you this. Amy marches to the beat of her own drummer and does her own thing, and if this is what Amy wants, this is what Amy gets. She has a movie coming out soon. She'll go back into full star mode with her comedy special and everything else. So she took this downtime to, we thought, just relax, but instead she chose to get married. Well, we certainly wish her the best, especially in the Hollywood scene, and she seems like a very nice person for everything we've seen of her, and certainly looks beautiful at her wedding. Now, the topic we've all been wanting to get to, because everyone's talking about it anywhere you go these days, the biggest phenomenon that Hollywood has seen, I'd say, in a very long time. Of course, I'm talking about Black Panther. It's opening this weekend, and it seems already the pre-sale is skyrocketing. Tell us about that, Kevin. Well, if you don't have a ticket already, just get your ticket for next weekend. Black Panther is threatening the all-time box office record, and people are standing in line all across the country. And the cool phenomenon we're seeing is that stars are chipping in and helping to send underprivileged kids to these Black Panther screenings. There's a gentleman in Harlem named Frederick T. Joseph, and he started a GoFundMe page to take kids to the movies. Ellen, Chelsea Clinton, and others have donated. He has now raised almost $50,000 to take kids to see this movie, and also other stars like Octavia Spencer renting out a theater in Mississippi. T.I. is doing it in Atlanta. Kendrick Lamar in Watts. Also, Sherry Shepherd is renting out a theater here in Los Angeles. So it is cool that people are pitching in. They want kids to see this movie. It is the first Black superhero in the Marvel universe to get its own feature film, to get the feature film treatment, and Chadwick Boseman, the big star, of course, also Michael B. Jordan in this, Lupita Nyong'o, and Angela Bassett. People are so excited, going to the theater dressed up, standing in line for hours, and there is a belief that this movie could crack the opening weekend box office record of all time. It has already set records for a movie opening in February. It certainly is going to, and it already has, the amount of pride in the African-American community to see a movie put together like this. It looks like a great movie just to begin with, but with all the stars and all the star power, it's really sending a message, isn't it? Yeah, well, it is showing that there is a segment of the market that has been, if not ignored, overlooked. And now people are turning out in full force to support this movie. I also have to say this, that the kid who produced this movie, and I shouldn't call him a kid anymore, Ryan Coogler, is an up-and-coming star in Hollywood. You know, he started out with Fruitvale Station. He was just a student at USC, and he was going to film school. He had a meeting with Forrest Whitaker one day. He said he put his backpack on his back, threw a tie on, met with Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker loved the story he had put together for Fruitvale Station, the Oscar Grant story, the young man who was shot in the subway station in Oakland. And so Ryan not only helped write and direct, and he directed that movie, but he moved on and worked again with Michael B. Jordan for Creed. He has done a fabulous job of putting this movie together and bringing these actors together, and the pride that the actors have. And now that pride is spilled over into the community, and people are excited to see this movie. And I just hope that this sends a message out there to all filmmakers that, you know, there are segments of the population that don't need to be overlooked, and the diverse movies are good movies and can make money.
Yeah, and you know, I saw some of the pieces that you did on it, and listening to Michael B. Jordan was funny. He says, well, now I have to get in shape because I'm playing a villain. And then you look at the guys, and they are in some serious shape. So beyond all the cultural phenomenon, this looks like a pretty good action movie. I know you and I both have to see it, but it looks like a really solid action movie, too.
It is a great Marvel movie. It's a great superhero movie, and that's the thing. The story is well told, and this goes back to Ryan Coogler being the director. Don't overlook the magic that this kid has and the fact that they put this big franchise in his hands. This is the first one. There will definitely be a second, but it is great action, great storytelling, and on Rotten Tomatoes, which is the way that people judge audience reaction, this movie has received 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that tells you all you need to know. Get in line, go see the movie. The first weekend sold out in just minutes, and people are doing whatever it takes to go see Black Panther this weekend. And you know, this thing will continue for a while, and it'll be interesting to see how high the box office number goes.
Yeah, and 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think I've ever heard of that before, and already, as we talked before, the pre-sale is through the roof. Kevin Frazier, thank you so much. I know what you and I are going to be doing this weekend as we're going to the movies. Hopefully we can get a ticket from somebody, but it certainly looks like it's going to be an exciting time at the movies, and we really appreciate you coming and talking to us.
I'm headed there tonight with my boys. They can't wait.
Oh, that'll be great. Bring the kids. That's great. Kevin Frazier from ET, thank you so much.